Hey, good morning, guys. Good morning. I hope you all are doing well. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I hope you guys can hear me okay. I am actually on the move. I'm on my way to a speech, but I was thinking about some things that I wanted to share with you. So I thought I'd run a test, and the test is to see if I can actually talk to you guys through my phone while I drive, and of course I can't go on camera because I want to be safe. So I am looking at the road and paying close attention to my driving. So anyway, so if you guys could like let me know if you can hear me okay. Like give me a yes in the chat if you can hear me. That would actually help a lot. And I'll let you guys come in. But anyway, here's a couple things I wanted to share with you in terms of financial markets. You saw yesterday that the market was pretty messy. It was actually just kind of raining everywhere, and a lot of economic disappointment. From stock prices going down. I saw Nvidia struggling a little bit more than usual, and this kind of became a thing. And a lot of you were asking me about this in terms of what's going on and what's happening right now in the markets. So right now, there's just a little bit of uncertainty about the state of the economy. There are people that wonder if we're headed for a soft landing or a hard landing from the interest rate hikes over the last couple of years, and that is causing some concern. And as you know, the stock market doesn't react to what is happening or what has happened. The stock market reacts to what it believes is going to happen. So a lot of what was going on yesterday, it's worth paying attention to, but it's not necessarily indicative of some sort of massive economic emergency. It's not as if something terrible happened and that's what price caused prices to go down. It's just like, hey, that's just life. These things occur. And so, anyway, long story short, I would really say I considered yesterday to be a buying opportunity. But here's the thing: there may be other buying opportunities in the near future. Right? Just because I bought yesterday doesn't mean that the prices are done going down. Like they could actually keep going down a little bit, and that's just the nature of the beast. That's something that we have to deal with, and it is what it is. The other thing too is that Goldman Sachs is basically telling everyone they're making the recommendation to buy gold, and that's something that is interesting to me because they're basically claiming that the geopolitical uncertainty and the financial risk happening in the economy right now, the risk of a recession and the geopolitical risk in terms of these events that are happening around the world. Those are two reasons to look into gold as a safe haven asset, which is what it's always been. It's always been something that people invest in order to keep their money safe. And I don't disagree with that assessment at all. However, I will say that gold is not something that typically will make you rich. Gold is something that will keep you rich. So gold is something that you buy, in my view, as as pretty much a store of value that's going to just not your money isn't typically going to drop a whole lot in case something bad happens. So it kind of just keeps your money safe. So Goldman is recommending the purchase of gold right now. I believe gold is about $2,500 an ounce. They're projecting that by 2026 the price will be 2,700. And but I don't really trust these estimates and assessments so much, to be honest with you. I kind of feel like there's a lot of room for error in these sorts of measuring sticks. But there is an argument to be made that a little bit of gold in your portfolio could be good. So in my view, you could buy gold bars from Costco. I think Costco's selling lots and lots of gold bars, particularly to scared old white people, who think the world's coming to an end. But you can also invest in a gold ETF. The ticker symbol is GLD, and that tracks the price of gold. So that might be another way to dig into gold. And there's also gold mining companies and stuff like that that can allow you to get some exposure. In addition to that, let me think here. What else do I see? Fed rate cuts are a big deal right now. The Federal Reserve may or may not cut interest rates by half a point. That's pretty much the big gamble. It's pretty clear that they're probably going to cut by at least a quarter of a point. The Fed tends to send a signal of what they're about to do before they do it. So a lot of people believe that they are signaling a quarter point cut. But if the economic data gets too bad, or if inflation, as long as inflation numbers remain strong, then they could go to half a point. Because what they're trying to do right now, in my view, is they don't want to look bad, and the reason they may end up looking bad is if they miss the curve, right? So if they're behind the eight ball and they end up cutting rates too late, then that could send us into a recession, which causes everybody to get angry at the Fed. And also, there's an argument to say that they don't want to cut around the election, too close to the election, because that's going to end up making them look political. So if you want my personal view, I wouldn't be surprised if they did a half a point cut. Now that I'm thinking about it, the whole debate between half a point and a quarter of a point, in my view, lends itself to half a point, because if I'm the Fed, I want to go ahead and cut bigger now so that I don't have to cut bigger during election season or right near the election and get accused of manipulating the election. So if you want my personal bet, I believe they're going to cut by half a point. Why is that important? Well, because a half a point cut at this point will be a pleasant surprise. That means that if you are an owner of stock, particularly a lot of the tech companies and all that, you're going to probably see a big boost in your stock prices if they go to a quarter point. So I'm going to get positioned for a quarter point rate hike. Sorry, rate cut. Sorry, not quarter point. I'm sorry, half a point. I'm going to get positioned for a half a point rate cut because I think that there's a strong probability this is going to happen. I think right now the market is giving it about a 30% probability, and it could go up between now and then. But now that I'm thinking about this out loud with you guys, I actually am going to position for a half a point cut because I think that there's some reasonable probability that they're going to exceed expectations in this particular area. That's pretty much it. There's not much else going on. In case you want to know, today I have to miss Money in the Morning. I want to apologize to those of you that come to Money in the Morning. We do this 7 days a week at 10 a.m. Eastern in a private Zoom where we discuss economics and the art of financial consciousness. And I think that's really important to understand because a lot of people, a lot of people are getting hit hard financially right now because nobody trained them about economics. Nobody prepared them for this economy. And I just, the class is free. So if you want to join us, all you have to do is text the word money to the number 87948. If you text money to 87948, I have a training called How to Make Money Without Working. And a million people have seen it. I wish 10 million would have seen it because believe me, there are ways to make money that go outside of the W-2. Now, I want to say hello to Curtis P. I don't know if you guys can even hear me or not because I've never actually done these conversations through the phone while I'm driving. So literally, I don't even know if I'm talking to the air right now, but I'm actually on my way to a speech. If you can hear me, give me a yes if you are able to hear me. Okay. If you are able to, then I may try this again at some point. This is really kind of a weird experiment because I was like, gosh, I'm so used to talking to my people every day that I hate having to miss it. In case you want to know what I'm missing it for, I'm actually giving a speech to Black employees at UPS. And UPS is a really powerful company. I think they're worth about $250 billion or more. And what really impresses me about UPS is I remember reading a story about how that company was started by two teenagers delivering packages on their bicycles. And I thought that was the coolest story ever. This, little raggedy company, two teenagers delivering packages on their bicycle became one of the greatest package deliverers freaking planet. Come on, man. If that don't inspire you, nothing will. If you are willing to commit time and energy to building something, then you don't know what you're gonna build. You don't know what you're capable of building. I think a lot of times we feel like we can only do certain things if white folks will help us or whatever. It's no disrespect to other races, but I think we can build things on our own. We just have to believe in ourselves and have patience. Sometimes it takes a generation or two to build that empire. You ain't gonna have it overnight. UPS. I think it was about over 100 years ago, where the teenagers were delivering packages on their bicycles in the late 19 teens or 1910s or early 1920s, right? So I just encourage you, whatever you're doing, whatever you're building, keep it moving. Like Jesse Jackson used to say, keep hope alive. Don't give up on yourself. Keep building that little business. Get it ready for the kids. Estate planning, legacy planning, all that stuff is important. So you can make sure that you've got something to pass on to the next generation. So anyway, that's it. That was my thought for today. Again, for those who are coming to Money in the Morning, I'm very, very sorry for not being able to make class today, but because I am going to speak at UPS, I'm doing this as a favor to a friend. And so what I'm going to do is later on, I'll pop back in and talk to you guys. And also, the Dr. Boyce Academy does have an estate planning essentials course that I just put together if you're interested in learning about wills and trusts and estate planning. So, if that's of interest to you, the whole legacy piece, feel free to text the word money to 87948. Later on today, I'll send you a link that'll give you access, early access to my estate planning essentials course. So you guys were able to hear me okay? Let me know if you're able to hear me okay. If it worked today, then I'll try it again later. And I hope that this discussion was helpful and beneficial to those. God bless you. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys soon. Let me focus on driving so I don't, because I want to stay safe while I'm out here. All right, love you. Talk to you soon. Peace.